To those who think Subaru only makes sport utility vehicles, may we present the new generation 2015 Legacy, the dependable soul of a Subaru in a sedan. 2015 Legacy, sedan, Subaru style.
John Moore reporting for sportsandmore.com, joined by St. John Sea Dogs General Manager Darrell Young. Darrell, Hockey Canada denied Jospeh Veleno the exceptional status, but now I understand they're now reconsidering the status of Veleno for the upcoming season.
Yes, when they made their first decision, they didn't have all the facts, they didn't have the information, they didn't have the reason why he missed it, the deadline originally. So they have a lot of information now in front of them, and they have agreed to open it up.
And can you give us a sense as to the amount of work that was required to get this in front of Hockey Canada and to move it along as quickly as possible as we come closer and closer to the draft?
Well, it took everybody from Veleno's new agents to myself, to our owner Scott McCain, to the president of the commissioner of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, to the head of the Canadian Hockey League, Dave Branch, to Scott Smith and Tom Rennie. There was a number of people with Joe Drago, with the head of the board. A lot of work, a lot of information had to be shared and put out in front of them before they made their decision to look at it.
How optimistic are you that they perhaps will allow him to play this season?
I'm very optimistic. I based on the information we have, and we look at what he did at the Canada Games. He's he's already been given the exceptional status 3 times. They let the 14-year-old play in the Quebec AAA Midget League. They allow the 14-year-old to play in the Canada Games. So they let a 14-year-old play in the Quebec League Combine. So he's already been given exceptional status 3 times. So there's no reason why he should be denied a fourth opportunity.
Based on what you know, why has he been denied? What's holding this back?
Well, he missed the date of February 15th, and no one really knew that the date was the 15th of February. I know it was established 10 years ago. There's never been a player from Quebec who's applied for exceptional status. There's been no one from the Western Hockey League who applied for exceptional status. There's been 5 in Ontario, and 4 of them been granted exceptional status. But it's something that if you go on the internet and try to find it, you'll spend hours trying to find what the date is. People just weren't aware that there was a date outside the commissioners of all 3 major junior teams in Hockey Canada.
And is there any doubt in your mind that whether he is granted that status or not, is there any doubt in your mind that he can have an impact as a rookie in this league?
Well, there's no question. You saw what he did at the Canada Games, playing against the best players in the country who were a year older than he was, and ended up one of the top scorers in the Canada Games, ended up number 2 in scoring for Quebec. So there's no reason why, if we surround him with the right people, and that's another thing that's in his favor as well, is that we have a good young hockey team. Not like he's going into a team that's in last place, that's trying to rebuild. We're a team that has the capabilities of competing next year and the year after and the year after that. So he's going to be surrounded by good young players. He's not going to be the guy who's going to be asked to carry all the water.
And finally, I understand he's said he'll never play in the Quebec Midget League again. What are his options if indeed he isn't granted the status?
Well, he's not granted status. He's looking at prep school in the U.S., and the fear is that if he goes to prep school in the U.S., we may never see him back, and that's not good for the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. That's not good for Hockey Canada. We want to keep our young players in Canada, and if their exceptional status qualified, then they should be allowed to move up appropriately.
We'll be watching closely. Thanks for this, Darrell.
Well, the last thing is, you got to give Hockey Canada credit for having the courage to overturn their previous decision and move this thing forward.